Hand Drawn Lips is recorded and produced on Kulin Nation lands.
We pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging.
Sovereignty was never ceded, always was, always will be.
Hand Drawn Lips.
Yeah, let's start now.
Hi, welcome to Hand Drawn Lips.
Hey, thank you so much for coming. Oh my god, I wasn't sure if you got the invitation.
Sorry we ghosted you, we just got a bit overwhelmed.
I know. I've been in a really hard place, and I'm just not ready for a podcast and a listener relationship right now.
That thing is like I was in a really bad place. Not mentally, it was just in Brisbane.
Oh yeah, I did get back from Brisbane. It rained the whole time it was there, and then as I took off in the plane, it stopped raining. And then when I landed on Melbourne, it started raining again.
Oh, so it's your fault.
It is, yeah.
Right, that makes sense.
My big dark storm cloud.
Yeah, that's what's up. There's something about Brisbane that'll make you feel that way.
When was the last time you went back?
I haven't been back since October 2023.
Whoa.
It's been ages. But
Oh.
I don't really have a reason
Wait,
to go back.
you'll be so pleased to hear this.
What?
They expanded the 7-Eleven in King George
No
Square.
way.
Yeah, it's now twice as big as it was.
As in King George Square bus station?
No, as in, sorry, not King George Square at all. Queen Street Mall,
Oh.
next to the sushi hub. It's massive now.
Now, what else is near the sushi hub? Just bring it's been a while.
Off your tree.
Oh, that section.
Yeah,
On
and
the way to King George
the
Square.
former Mosburger location.
Oh.
It's now a Medibank. They paved Mosburger and put up a Medibank.
I had like formative moments in that Mosburger in Queen
Yeah.
Street Mall in
Yeah,
Brisbane.
yeah.
Shut the fuck out.
I
They
got
had-
married in that Mosburger and divorced in that Mosburger.
And I just had a really popular girl tell me not to drink milk anymore. I haven't drank milk in like close to 10 years because she was like, it's bad for your skin. But also like, I just like don't really feel
You
the
get
need.
milk in your coffee.
Oat milk.
Oh.
I like
You
haven't
haven't
had.
drank cow's milk in whoa, really?
Yeah, or like if I've had it maybe once or twice within that, it's been because like there are no alternative milk options. And I'm
Girl.
like, whatever.
Girl.
What?
There's a carton of Ben and Jerry's in this room.
Oh my god, it's not. I'm not lactose intolerant. That's not milk. That's ice cream. Which, by the way, like all I will say is like I got out of an Uber when I got home from De Club on Friday night,
Yeah.
and for some reason Uber drops me off like at the wrong spot. It like drops me off outside of the convenience store instead of like outside of my apartment. But I was like, I'm just gonna like accept what the universe is pushing me towards. So I got out, and instead of going, it was like 4 a.m. Instead of going like straight to my house, I was like, well, I'm outside the convenience store. I walked in, I bought a pint of Ben and Jerry's for $12.50 and went. Just that, thanks. No fuel, nothing else. I'm
Jesus.
busy.
Yeah.
I ate the whole thing and went to bed.
You could fill up a car for $12.50.
No, you couldn't.
No, you
That's the whole
couldn't.
problem.
But you kind of did fill up a car.
yes.
You
Yeah.
filled your tummy with a few scoops of delicious ice cream.
Filling me up with an entire pint of Ben and Jerry's ice cream is like filling up your car with
Diesel fuel.
Yeah.
It is something so enticing about being outside a convenience store, not hungry, not thirsty, not anything. But I always go in because even if I'm not hungry or thirsty, I'm like ready to be convenienced.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like
The convenience of it is so enticing.
That's it. You go in and it's like, what in here? What is the product in here that will be so convenient that I'm compelled to purchase it?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
You know what I never see? I always get these, but I never see them on the street.
Mm.
I get those squeezy yogurt things, a YoPro, and then I just
Oh.
suck it back. And I'm doing that on a street corner.
Mm.
And it's not that I get weird looks from people, but I can't think of a time that I've ever seen another human being sucking on a
That's the thing.
squeezy yogurt.
Who's sucking on the squeezy yogurt? It's like, even though it's protein, banana, or strawberry flavor, personally for me, that's like the packaging is for a baby.
Yes.
And
it
so
is.
there's something deeply humiliating about it. But like you have to make the packaging prominent because it's like, it's protein. I'm not worried about the packaging. I need my protein intake to be good. Is sort of like what you're inadvertently communicating by having a squeezy yogurt.
And can I tell you my other tea?
Yes.
I really am obsessed with products that are like for a baby, you know, like a squeezy thing or
Yeah.
potentially, what's another babyish thing? I guess using the iPhone often is like a regression to baby.
Oh yeah, that's so
Um,
true.
It's
Declan
one
was
of my
like,
great joys.
Declan was trying so hard to justify buying an Apple Watch. I had to like, it's hard when someone you really care about like says something like that to you, because you're like, it's like I want to save you from yourself, but the thing about like Apple marketing is it is so powerful. I have a new iPhone on its way. Like,
Literally.
don't worry about
Literally, like
yeah,
you
like-
are a victim, and I was so a victim. Like I convinced myself that this is really what I wanted.
And I was,
I was obsessed with it.
it's like, it's so good to just like investigate the why.
Yeah,
Be like, why do you want the Apple Watch? Like for running, it's like, get anything else then,
literally.
if it really is for running. Because it's like the thing about Apple Watch is like the whole thing about, I won't take long, don't worry. The thing about like the Apple ecosystem is like all of the products are about like continuity of the phone experience across devices. So you can talk to your HomePod and it sets an alarm, or your phone has the world inside of it and your watch has all your notifications. So it's like,
my phone does have the world inside of it. Yeah.
if the phone is heroin and the Apple Watch is continuity of the phone experience, then I would
Right.
honestly argue that the watch is
The
heroin
Apple
as
Watch
well.
is like finding a really good vein on your arm, a
That's
really
what's up.
prominent vein.
That's what's up.
Literally.
But it also tells you the time and who liked your story.
My greatest so when I'm on a plane and I have nothing interesting to do, sometimes I'll just like personalize my phone, like or
yep.
just like delete photos or do stuff like that. And one thing I've done is just turned off notifications for all these apps that I don't need notifications for.
Yeah.
So unless it's like a message, I don't receive it, basically. And now Domino's Pizza is no longer notifying me like every single day. But I didn't realize you could turn them off completely.
It's like, yeah, you can go into settings or whatever. But I feel like I do that so often, turning off notifications for LinkedIn specifically. It's already like embarrassing that I have LinkedIn, but then like,
Yeah. I keep seeing you getting notifications from Seek as well.
yeah. And
Which
I'm
is,
just like,
what are those
I'm not-
notifications saying?
your skills are in demand.
Get a job.
It's like, your skills are in demand. Apply for this job. And it's like, cocksucker at the Idiot Factory. It's like, I'm good.
The skills you put in LinkedIn, sucking cock.
Yeah. Idiot Factory.
Idiot Factory management.
Yeah, idiot quality assurance. Yeah, that's
stupid.
the thing.
Train conductor on the Stupid Express.
You're so right. I have so many Seek notifications, and the thing is, there's something like comforting about the chaos.
Can I see your notification center again quickly? Because this is, see, immediately the fitness notifications. Like, what is this giving you?
Well, listen to this. You tripled your move ring yesterday. Incredible. That's got to feel good.
What does that mean?
So it's like,
You want your move ring tripled, right?
you tripled your daily move goal. 3 cheers. I'm like, thank you.
Oh, so it's like a motivational quote.
That's like what's
But
up.
it's like nonsense.
That's the thing.
You blurgled your daily bloop goal.
Yeah, no, seriously. And it's like, you burn 1,000 megajoules or whatever it is. That's
Literally
gas, I think.
1,000 megajoules. If you burned 1,000 megajoules, you'd be dead.
No, seriously.
You
burned
would
a-
seriously be on fire right
Look
now.
how skinny I am. I am skinny. No. Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know what it is, but I think it's one of those things where it's like, there's just so much happening that you're like, this is just how the phone is. It's
Right.
like, cool, I just need to scroll. I'm trying to find your message. I just need to scroll past 17 Seek notifications for some reason.
Yeah.
Because they're just there. They're part of the phone
There
experience.
is a better way.
Well, my thing is, like, I was talking to someone about this recently. I have a new phone on the way because, look, it's time.
Hello.
It's like the back of my screen is like basically held together by these stickers, which shout out. It's like, look how fucked it is. And anytime I like put
It
my
stresses me out.
yeah, if I put my phone down on like a counter in the bathroom, I just like have to say a little prayer and just be like, hopefully
But it doesn't
today's not
seep
the day.
in.
That's the thing. But I was like talking to someone about this and I was like, I don't know if I do the thing where the new phone absorbs the soul of the old phone, or you just like go fresh start
No,
vibes.
fresh start.
Yeah,
I
I think that's what's up. And I think I'm ready for that because it's like, I personally am sick of like, I'm sick to my teeth. I'm sick to death of Apple being like, here is a beautiful memory that I'd like to share with you. And it's like the maybe worst 3 months of your entire life. Like I got one from like this Brisbane trip that was like the second last Brisbane trip I ever went on because it was that bad. And I was like, it was like a holiday in Holland Park West. And I was like, so I think I'm ready to start fresh.
Oh,
It's
your
gonna be
photos
really
are going to
exciting.
come across though.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
if you-
going to back them up on a hard drive and choose not to put them
Whoa.
across. Yeah, that's
Alright.
it. But that's
Cool.
going to be hard because all of my Twitter reaction images will be gone.
Well, you never send me reaction images anyway, so they're not.
I think
they
I
have
have
no
grown
utility
past
to
it.
you. Yeah, we can just talk. You know, maybe you could
Yeah.
express your feelings not through the mode of reaction images. You know, maybe
It's
we
so
could use our
funny.
words.
It's so funny that you're saying this because it's a genuine thought that I had about. I was like, I can express myself through words. Like that's. And like, by the way, no way. That's just
There
what's
is something
up.
that hits different about like a reaction image of someone laughing really hard and going, "That's so funny."
My favorite one is like it's an emoji, like a 3D emoticon face, bonking itself on the head with a baseball bat, and it's like
That
it's
is
got its
good.
like tongue out.
Yeah, it's difficult to communicate.
Well, I had it
Wait,
set.
me if I tried to communicate that.
Yeah.
I'm having a really difficult time feeling like I'm on top of everything right now.
Just hit myself on the head with a baseball bat. Me as fuck. No, I actually set that image as my profile photo a while ago, and my account got flagged for like violence or something. And I was
True.
like, hold on.
True. And
Hold
why
on
do you
just a
think
sec.
it's okay? It's like self-harm.
There's like way worse shit already on Reels that
You're
like
like,
I just like
Bonk.
yeah.
What you're really saying is I'm self-harming.
That seems to be how Instagram took it. So I was just like, there's nothing worse than like, I think around that time as well, I experienced the thing of like, hey, we're reaching out because someone let us know you might be having a hard time or something.
Wait, from who?
Instagram, the app. So how does that happen?
Yeah, you can report someone if they're at risk, if you think someone's at risk. Yeah, but it's funny that the first
I was like having a
wave of
fun summer.
defense of that, the first wave of defense is Instagram going, "We're worried about you." Like, I give a fuck if Instagram is worried about me.
I'm like this is contrarian for no reason. If Instagram is worried about me, I'm doing something right. Isn't that fun?
Yeah,
Isn't that
yeah,
fun?
yeah.
Seriously.
You're not using if you're not getting banned from the app, you're not using Instagram, right?
Seriously.
Seriously.
A couple of things. We have a new segment that we're going to introduce in this episode, but it's
Yeah.
coming up later. But first, I reckon we jump into our Diva Diaries.
Yeah.
Diva Diaries is a segment where we pick a diva from our week or the past 3 weeks. Again, sorry for ghosting. And we uplift her.
Yeah.
So, fire away.
Without further ado, the reason I went to Brisbane was to hang out with my sister, who is a gorgeous, sweet angel, wore the most beautiful dress to her princess party. So my diva is Imi for being beautiful and having such a gorgeous party with so many friends who love her. They made her a cake, a bunch of photos of her face on sticks, and then they all gave speeches that were so beautiful and heartfelt.
Oh my God. I
My
love
diva
speeches.
of the week is also me, though, because at that very same party, I guessed 2 people's star signs, first try, and I also I pointed at 4 people, and I went, "You were a natural birth, you were a C-section, you were a C-section, you were a natural birth," and I was right in every case.
That's amazing.
It
That's
was really
amazing.
good, yeah.
It's like, hey, you got some good ideas. So what was it about them that made you tell that they weren't naturally born?
I don't think I could discuss that in public.
No worries.
A
Well,
magician never reveals their tricks, but also I was making really harmful assumptions about C-section babies.
But you were right. But you were right.
I myself am a C-section baby.
I knew it.
Yeah.
No, kidding.
Kidding?
I was born premature.
Were you C-section?
No. Natural
Whoa.
birth.
Premature.
Yeah. I know, I'm sorry. I mean, like, where do you want to go with this?
I guess even at birth, I looked younger than I was.
I have an addiction to saying.
Wait. ADHD, premature baby who has ADHD. My attention span was bad even then.
It's like, I think the transgender elephant in the room really ties it all together.
Yeah, the transgender. There's a transgender elephant in this room.
The like premature birth equals like transgender, like the like low hanging fruit that you walked past.
I'm looking over. There's a transgender elephant over there.
She's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
Wait, protect the dolls.
Imagine the eyelashes that she puts on.
Oh my god, heaven.
Imagine how
Wait.
big they would be.
They'd be so big. They'd be so big. I'm like, I need what she's having. So I don't know what this like voice is. I'm having quite a lot of fun with it.
It's basically
Okay, guys.
it's basically it's basically Harvey Fierstein from Mrs. Doubtfire. Do you know that character?
No.
Robin Williams sits in the chair and gets turned into an old lady by his gay stylist friend. Boring.
Oh my god. Sorry, we're just talking media.
Literally.
Wait, I need to grab my coffee. But
go get your
I
coffee,
was
girl.
gonna say, the vibe that I get from this voice is like a sort of funny, like court jester type cartoon character. I'm thinking Alice in Wonderland, but I'm not sure why. Oh, the Mad
Yeah.
Hatter.
Oh no, the Mad Hatter is more sinister.
Oh,
This
okay.
is just kind of bumbling.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
think it's like the vibe I get from it ultimately is like tapping into the court jester vibe. And when you don't laugh, you've waved me away to be executed. I'm just gonna grab my coffee.
Who's your diva?
My diva is our good friend Claire, who you met last night.
Yes, that was the first time that I
Yeah.
properly met her. She was
Fun.
gorgeous.
No,
Like,
seriously, like
so sweet.
so we obviously like met through friends or whatever, and then just like had this one night out where a mutual friend was DJing and we were like doing that thing where, you know, you're sort of in the VIP and like meh, dancing,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. brag, I'm bragging. But
It
like
hurts
everyone
to
was
brag.
dancing and we were like sitting there talking about political communication. And I was like, I love you.
Mm.
And so like we'd been meaning to hang out for so long. We go to the same university, and yesterday we finally were like, okay, let's do it. Let's get coffee. We got coffee. I think I experienced every single emotion. Like we were like laughing, we were angry about like blah 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 men, blah blah blah. And then there was a point where like she was talking about this really heartwarming speech that she heard, and she was describing it to me, and we were both like teary-eyed, like crying at this like table at Florian. It was like we were like, all right, let's get out of here. And then we just like, she was walking me my way, and then we got to like the point where we were supposed to say goodbye, and we were like, nah, let's keep hanging out. And then we ran into this stranger called Keanu, asked to borrow a lighter, and then just like struck up conversation, went to sit in the park, ran into him again, and then we were just like all getting along, and he was like, are you guys doing anything tonight?
Mm-hmm.
And then we ended up all just going to a house party, and you joined us.
It was
It
gorgeous.
was fantastic. It was
Bit of a-
such a fun, serendipitous like thing. I
Yeah,
love Claire.
good people. The vibe at that house party was. I was just surprised by how many men were wearing bandanas there.
It was, so apparently there was a theme where you were supposed to wear red.
So
like-
that
so, like,
explains
this
it
is, like,
perfectly.
yeah, legit. So
Oh.
I think that's what was up, which is like so fun because I like was invited to the party with quite a bit of notice, but no advice as to any kind of theme. It was more just like, come on this night at this address. So I was like, interesting.
Right.
But yeah, the party vibe was kind of random, but I'm just glad we had good company,
Yeah.
I think, was sort of the thing. But the thing, to quickly jump back to Claire, it's like something that I really am quite sensitive to is like, basically, like, I get this overwhelming sense. It's happened twice in the last like week with like meeting or like hanging out with people for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Just this sense of like, oh my God, where have you been? Like, it's like, just like references understood implicitly, and like, you know, agreements on things that like, oh, you're not sure if they're gonna like understand what you're talking about, but then it's like they get it.
Yeah.
It's just like, ugh,
We have a new segment.
we have a new segment.
It's called
What?
2, 1.
What was
that?
This is where we sort of like, and by the way, we're developing it in real time.
Do you know what the segment is?
It's like we in this segment we sort of retell a story and investigate the core question at the center of maybe everything in life, which is what was that? So
Yeah.
Without further ado, take it away.
So this is my story.
Mm-hmm.
Picture me, Roma Street Station, 4:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Getting the Gold Coast train to Varsity Lakes.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine my shock when, as we're going past Logan Lee, and this has happened to me multiple times before, as we go past Logan Lee, someone gets on with a Yui boom, some fucked up track pants, a bunch of weird freaky Joker tattoos, and a dream. And he gets on, he starts playing Oz rap, all right? Some of it, he plays a little bit of techno. I was like kind of vibing along to it. Everyone else was pissed off, but I was willing to give him a pass. Anyway, he, about, 20 minutes since he got on, he goes into the disabled toilets with his Yui boom with the music playing, closes the door, the music stops. Next thing I hear, all around me are familiar faces. And he's singing along to it all the way up to the chorus where he goes, and it's a really guttural like cover of this. I think it's like Bring Me the Horizons cover of it. Anyway.
Yeah, wow.
And then the music stops. The whole time I'm laughing. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Being like, does this guy think we can't fucking hear him? Like, this is so funny.
Oh my God.
And then music stops. He opens the door, walks out super nonchalantly, sits back down, and starts playing Oz rap again.
Awesome. Awesome. And
so
I'm just
what
like,
was that? What was that?
that is a naturally born performer.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're already playing your music out loud.
Hello.
You know people can hear you. You want them to hear you.
Mm-hmm.
He's a DJ. Just no one asked for it. But that's okay because that's how it is a lot of the time.
Yeah. And on a train, if you want to be a DJ on a train, you got to make do with a Yui boom.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you're bringing decks, a speaker. You don't have a power
Where
supply.
would you plug them in? Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
And
On the
that
little
is-
USB chargers on the side of the train? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Like, yeah, probably not. And that is the core reason why that doesn't happen more often. But
So what was that? A performance?
it was a performance. It was interesting, an interesting
A
insight
testimony?
into like
I'll come back to that.
a testimony.
No, I'll come back to that.
I like that though.
Okay. It was a testimony
Oh.
because for him, because it was so hilariously honest.
But he's never seen you before. So you're not a familiar face.
No, I mean
yeah.
not the literal
My
lyrics.
bad.
The
Apologies.
pure and soulful expression
Yes.
of his singing along to that song.
I agree.
A testimony to his humanity.
Mhm. So this kind of ties into my interpretation of this. Well, what I find interesting about it, I just
Mhm.
think it's interesting how
Literally.
what
4 eyes.
look like I'm hungover, and I tried to do a mascara, and I decided to look bad, so I put on my sunglasses. I got them from Glassons. I'm entitled to wear $20 sunglasses because I had to be in Glassons.
We're all entitled to Glassons.
That's what's up. It's a difficult store to exist in. Anyway, I was getting looked up and down in crazy way. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was genuinely like a really good hunting experience. Whatever. I bought
Scary.
some beautiful halter neck tops.
Yes.
And a trench coat, which changed my life. But no, okay. So what I find interesting is that he is happy to play Oz rap, a bit of techno, have a bit of fun with it, and he'll stand by that.
Yeah.
The moment that
Something vulnerable
that
happens.
he was being vulnerable and like hello man moment more generally, sorry. The moment that he had to be vulnerable, he had to hide himself behind a door, but he needed so badly to share that vulnerability with you, his audience. He knew you could hear him.
Maybe the toilet was less of a privacy thing and more of a mask,
Yes.
so that we couldn't see the way that he was performing it. We could only hear it. Like, you know how in The Voice, it starts with all the contestants turned towards the audience?
It's exactly the premise of the voice.
It's exactly, yeah, he was doing The Voice.
It's like,
And
it's
in that
like,
moment, I was Delta. Team Delta.
You were Team Delta. You were Delta Goodrum.
Yes.
And you turned your chair around. No,
Literally.
it is exactly the premise of The Voice, because it's like, don't worry about who he is or like what kind of assumptions you'll be making about his
Yeah.
life. It's like connect with the soulful performance
And
of
I don't care that
song.
your tracksuit pants are fucked up.
no, and you
I don't,
shouldn't.
I don't care that you are wearing just like a really corny fucking fit.
That's what's up. I see you and I accept you.
It was a test. It was a performance, a testimony, a mask, and fourth and final. What was that?
Mm.
It was a moment of sincere connection with strangers for all of us there.
Yeah.
Because I was looking to the man to the left of me, the woman to the right of me, and I was thinking, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
This is funny.
Shit, beautiful.
something funny is happening, and we're all laughing, and we're frankly bonding.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely moved to tears.
Okay, I now understand what that was.
My what was that is that I recently have had the displeasure of being on the app Grinder, which is probably coming to an end soon just because I'm bored of it now.
Yeah,
But
I got bored, so I've decided to shut down the entire business.
it's over for all of you. I'm so sorry, but like I think
I'm
you'll
gonna be
come-
dropping
you'll
a
thank me.
Trojan horse into Grinder's servers to completely detonate it.
That's it. But no, I'm not because that's the whole thing about a Trojan
No,
horse.
yeah.
It's actually a gift.
You would never.
I love Grinder. I'm going to Grinder with a big gift. It's a giant horse and it has no one inside it. It's just a gift and an expression of goodwill. No, so this guy like hit me up and I was like, oh, he's cute, maybe like whatever. And I like, talked to him for a bit and then, to be honest, like forgot about it. And then he hit me up again and was like, I guess like wanted to meet kind of thing. But then the conversation started turning and like,
Turning bad, turning evil.
no, just it went in a different direction. I was like, wait, what are you actually looking for here? And then suddenly we're talking about how he's like, can I ask you a question? And the thing about getting that message, and I get this message all the time, it's happened 3 times in the last week. Can I ask you a question? I'm like, okay, sure. And then they're like, all good if it's sexual. That exact sequence of messages 3 times. Anyway, so I'm expecting this, and he's like, my friend said he like really wants like head, and like I don't know, like is it still straight if I like want to help him out? And I was like, let's go. I put my gloves on, and by the end of it, I coached him through offering that to his friend, and then like, and I was just like, I think you should be honest about it, and I think you really care about your friend, and I think you should think about like those feelings because I think you're looking for an excuse to connect with him in a more intimate way, but like, you know, there might be deeper feelings there. And like, yeah. And he texted me today being like, we hung out and we hooked up and like, thank you so much. And I was just like, that's what's up.
I have
That's
so many
what's up.
questions, but that's not the point of this segment.
So what
This
was
is
that?
about what was. That's the
What
only
was
question
that?
that matters.
Other than beautiful
Um,
and subversive.
so that was an immense display of trust in a
Mhm.
stranger.
Yeah.
And you're the stranger.
Yeah. And like the thing was, I was like, he posed that question to me and I was like, let me take this really seriously because like
Mhm.
it's so like, especially like, look, in my mind, when I'm kind of doing the thing where we stray from like the format, but like I just have so much to say on
Yeah,
this.
go on.
But I'm like, look, men who identify as straight, which like this man did, he was like looking for like trans women
right.
and whatever.
But he's like on Grinder. Like, come on.
Well, that's the thing. It's like a lot of like straight identifying men are on Grinder because like, you know, trans women are women, shout out kind of thing. And they're like genuinely just like not into men. That's like the vibe of it.
Yeah.
The thing about like straightness is that it's men are looking for rules and structure that can define their lives. And so the way that he was phrasing these questions was like, is it still straight, or is it straight if I do it this way, or like da 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 da, or like should I blah blah blah. And I'm just like, don't worry about that so much, just like go with like what you desire here, because the rules are not really real.
Mhm.
So that's fine.
Okay, so it was a liberation
Yeah,
as well.
it was like it's like an opportunity to just sort of lift the veil a little bit and just be like, all of that stuff that you feel like you have to adhere to with masculinity and straightness is not real.
Yeah, I laugh at the question, is this straight? I
That's the
laugh at
thing.
that, literally.
It's like-
Because if you're worrying about that, your head's not in the right place, basically.
That is the thing. But look, many are worrying about that. Trust me when
Literally.
I say I've been in the trenches.
It was
for
a
months.
display of trust. It was
Mm.
a liberation.
Mm.
It was was it were you kind?
It was billable hours ultimately. I was kind.
It was an act of emotional labor.
Yes,
which
it
is
was
real work,
It
by
was,
the
which
way.
by the way is like, you know, part of like community, blah blah blah. But it was kind. It was a kind interaction. It was like, it was vulnerable in a way that was so like distinct on an app that's so vulgar and visceral. And I was
it
just
was
like,
a diamond in the rough.
It was a diamond in the So what was that? It was a diamond in the rough.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
It was sweet.
Do you think you'll ever speak to them again?
No, I like cut off the conversation. He said that it was like successful or whatever, and I was like, I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
I think that takes a lot of courage to be honest about your feelings like that. And then I was just like, it sort of like was taking a turn into like asking for like advice on like feminine expression and stuff. And I was like, look, to be honest, I don't really feel like I can give you advice on this, and I don't know if like I can give advice on feminine gender expression in like a trans way, but not in like a sexual fantasy way, because that's not what it is for me.
Yeah.
So I was just like, look, I'm gonna stop it here, and
Smart.
he respected that, and I was like, cool. But yeah, so that was really sweet. And then I feel like
So, do you want to say it? Just repeat after me. I now understand what that was.
I now understand what that was. Sorry, I forgot. I'm like, the problem is me when it comes to like us not adhering to like the format of the podcast. I'm realizing, no, it's all my fault. You really hate me. I saw that.
Hey, so our next segment is this anything?
Mm-hmm.
And this is an amazing segment, one of our longest running segments on the podcast due to popular demand,
Mm-hmm.
because it basically invites a complex scenario and then encourages and then demands one put it into one of two cases. So
Mhm.
this is really similar to what was that. This is really about understanding, consolidating a process of elimination,
Mm-hmm.
approval and rejection
Mm-hmm.
as well. There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
My is this anything is one simple phrase
Mm.
uttered to me at my sister's birthday party by one of her dear friends who was also wise beyond her years,
Mm.
which was 21. She was 21. She said, "You match the freak that you're given," which I think Maya Angelou
Whoa.
said that originally.
Right.
Now, what does that
No, of
mean?
course.
Is that anything?
You match the freak that you're given. My interpretation
I
of it.
can't even understand it.
So it's
it
like
feels so poignant. It's
it's
like,
like-
to me, it's on par with a rolling stone gathers no moss.
a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah, literally.
What
has 3 legs and no eyes?
You match the freak you're given as like you play the cards you're dealt. No, we're going back into card metaphor territory, which is like honestly very confusing for us, but or at least for me. But it's like you match the freak that you're given is like somebody's freak is given to you that you have to then match.
Yeah.
But the thing is like you are then resigning yourself to matching someone's freak.
Yeah. And then you know what
anyone's
that is as well?
Yeah.
When you reside yourself to match someone's freak. You know why that is?
Why is it?
Well, we match the freak we think we deserve.
Like that joke was everything. Like quick sidebar, like that we match the freak we think we deserve. But it's like, is anybody gonna match my freak, i.e. the core phrase from which this comes?
Well, if you can't,
that's a bid for connection.
if you can't match your own freak, how the hell are you gonna match someone else's freak?
I'm just like, I've been given so much freak that I'm not willing to match.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's nothing.
And in my house as well, I was told that my freak was unmatchable. I
like
was told
real.
to I was told to tone down my freak.
I was like, in so many words, genuinely told that my freak was unmatchable. And so like on that precipice, I'm gonna say it's nothing.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think it
Exactly.
is like a funny thing to say at a party, but
Yes.
it's a difficult thing to unpack. As with like most jokes like made at parties.
Yeah, literally. Okay, so is that anything? Yes, insofar as it was a catalyst for like a funny joke.
Yes.
Um,
It's
yeah.
everything insofar. This is like actually the beautiful like thing about Is This Anything as a segment is that you actually, it's both at the same time and you get to pick one. There's always a reason for it to be both or nothing. That's why binary thinking is so hard. I'm going to say it's everything because it made you laugh.
Yeah, it did.
Mm.
A Rolling Stone matches no freak.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
It's
We're here all
diminishing
week.
returns from here
Yeah,
on
yeah,
out.
That's it. Yeah, we can like drop it. Excuse me. What was I gonna? Okay, I haven't. Is this anything? I've been dating.
Congratulations.
Thanks. It's been awful until recently.
My condolences.
Until recently, I just like feel like, okay, like if you've been dating and you've been like talking to men, then you know what I mean when I say like they're not funny.
Yeah.
I
Well, if you've
consider
been talking to men, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
that's like what's up, and I wish that would genuinely true. But I was gonna say, oh yes, so it's been incredibly diminishing returns and actually like many heartbreaking experiences, whatever. But I did go on a date recently, and this is like proof in the pudding of like the idea of it being a numbers game. This guy made me laugh. And the one joke that I keep telling everyone about, and you're hearing this for like the 9th time,
Yeah.
we were talking about Italy because he'd been to Italy, and he's entitled to talk about that. And I'll listen to it because I haven't been to Italy recently. And if someone has been to Italy recently, you need to you need to
ask
sit your
about
ass
that.
down and listen. That's what's up. But he was like, but I don't know, like the Italians, like they need to finish that circle thing. Like it's not even done and everyone's taking photos with it. It's so embarrassing. It's the Colosseum.
That's a good bit.
I
And they
was
need to
like-
fix that leading tower.
No, seriously, push it back
Seriously.
up. Oh my god, so funny. And my response was like, Europeans, like they're like sleep in the middle of the days and lazy, blah blah blah, whatever.
Literally.
Anyway, I was like, I live around the corner. Is this anything?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I agree.
It's always something. It's always everything when someone makes you laugh,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because laughter is the best medicine.
That is what's up.
And also, yeah, like the Italians are lazy, and that's why they never finish that big circle.
That is what's up. And that's they finished the big tower and it's like about to fall down.
I know, literally. God, is there
Like-
anything the Italians have done right? Pizza.
That's what's up. Pizza, pasta, and populist right-wing
Yeah, and fascism.
politics and fascism. That's it. They keep coming back to that. It's like
yes.
old habits.
And
die
The
hard.
Sopranos. Donate.
Hey, donate. Italian Americans are crazy to me.
Literally.
What do you
I
mean?
can't wait to meet one.
Good point.
one day.
Good point. Good point.
I
Good
literally
point.
can't wait to meet an Italian American from New Jersey.
It's
Like,
just like,
I hope that happens to me big time.
well, you're planning on going to New York. in
I
a few
am, yeah.
months.
So yeah,
So
definitely,
exciting.
it definitely could. But one of the great challenges of travel is like, how do you meet new people while you're traveling? Because if you're in your home city, it's like I'm meeting new people because this could be the start of a thrilling relationship.
This is one thing where you will realize the answer if you think about it for 1 second.
Oh right, it's just
Go
it's
on.
enough to just spend time with people.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
meet people at like a hotel lobby or
Yeah,
like at a
literally,
bar.
or like at a bar. Can I borrow your lighter? Classic way to meet people.
I'll never quit smoking. Seriously. No, it's like, well, yeah, Claire and I met that kind, wonderful stranger, now friend, Keanu,
Mm.
is by asking for a lighter and striking up conversation. I have a final Is This Anything?
Okay.
It was the same guy that was funny. Sorry. God forbid a girl have hobbies.
God forbid a girl
little
talk about
crush.
someone more than 2 times.
Oh god, yeah. I've already like self-banned and then unimposed the self-ban of like dating talk like a billion times. It's like,
I hereby lift this decree.
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna say what I want. Anyway, this dude, we were talking about like notes on our phone, and I was like,
Yeah.
because I usually have a bit of a notes thing going for this,
Mhm.
and then he opened up a note on his phone called, it was titled "Lies." It's like, these are lies that
That's
like
good.
I'll
I like
tell and
this
like
one.
they're pretty believable, and then he's like reading them out to me, and he read one out, and he was like, "That one's actually true," and I was like, you I was like, on principle, I don't believe you because you're reading this off of a note titled "Lies," so I just like can't really engage with that. But like, I'm just gonna take a pass on that.
That's having a note in your app, in your phone called Lies is so... You know that Eat Hot, all girls know how to do what to do today is
Eat hot chip and
shopping,
lie, yeah.
do makeup. It's like it's like having a timer called lipstick. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Set a timer for 27 lipstick. That was actually no for 24 nail polish. Thank you for listening.
Yeah,
We love you and we need you.
and yeah, and we want you.
And we want
That's
you.
exactly, we
That's
want you.
it. And by the way, if you are enjoying this fun little podcast, feel free to leave a review or tell a friend about it. Whatever, but like, do it if you want. Like, it's fine. Seriously.
Yeah, and we poll well with mums.
We poll well with mums, so tell them to hit my DMs.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Mm.